Hello everyone, how are you all? Welcome to Homeschool. And today we are starting with ICSE syllabus for class 8th chemistry. Okay, so the very first chapter you have for class 8 chemistry is matter, the very basic chapter relating to chemistry. Okay, and with the understanding of matter, you can able to understand the complicated aspects about the various chapters that will come in chemistry. Okay, not only for 8th standard, this is a basic foundation for entire chemistry. Okay, in future if you are learning more chemistry in the next classes, this is a foundation stone. So concentrate and learn the concepts. Okay, fine. So what is a matter? So what is this matter? I can say, I myself is a matter. Even you guys are matters. Okay, and the cloth I am wearing is a matter. Everything that I see, I touch and I feel, everything is a matter. Even the chalk piece I am holding is a matter. Okay, everything, the board is a matter, the wall is a matter. Everything is a matter. So how do you define this matter? Matter is anything that occupies space in a universe. Okay, so anything that is occupying a space and anything that has a mass and anything that can be perceived by senses is called matter. Okay, now let us discuss one by one. What do you mean by occupying space? What do you mean by having a mass? And what do you mean by perceived by senses? Okay, so coming to the first point, what I told you, matter is anything that occupies a space. Okay, so we have lots and lots of space under our universe. Everything, we see is a space only, isn't it? See, I am standing in a particular space. This particular space I have used in a universe to stand. And this is what I called volume. The space itself, we call it as a volume. And say this is a chalk piece. Okay, so chalk piece, I am holding it, but still it has occupied some space under this room. Yes, this room is a part of universe. Say in this room, this chalk piece is occupied certain space, which I call it as volume. Okay, so this is what? Anything that is occupying certain space under universe, and the space, in another words, we will call it as volume. Okay, fine. And anything that has mass, definitely, say when I hold a chalk piece, less or more, it is having some mass, isn't it? Okay, so anything that has a mass can also be called as a matter. And anything that can be perceived by senses, that means anything that can be felt by senses, okay, we call it as matter. What do you mean by senses? Vision, touch, smell, taste, sound, that is hearing. All this we call it as senses. We actually have 5 main senses. Okay, so these are the 5 main senses, right? Vision, that is seeing, that can be done by eyes. Touch, that can be done by hands. Smell, sensed by nose. Taste, sensed by tongue. Sound, that can be heard with the help of ears. These are sense organs and these are called senses. So anything that is felt by senses can also be called as matter. Okay, that means anything that you see, anything that you smell, anything that you taste, everything is a matter here. Say for example, I have got something for you. This is a biscuit. Okay, and this biscuit, how do you tell that it is matter? How do you prove to the people that it is matter? Right? Okay, now let us see whether it is satisfying every point that I mentioned on a board or not. Okay, and this biscuit definitely occupies some space in the universe. This is the entire room. I have so much of space, and this much of space, this much of space, it has been occupied. Okay, that is the volume of the biscuit. This much is the volume in the universe that it has occupied. Okay, so this particular matter is occupying certain space, and this is definitely having some mass. Mass is nothing but weight. Okay, less or more, definitely it weighs something. When you keep it on a weighing machine, definitely it shows some digit. That means it's having a mass. Okay, and can it be felt by senses? Yes, you can see this. Definitely you can see this with these eyes. and you can hold it. Yes, it can be felt by touch also. You can touch it with the help of your hands, and you can smell it with the help of your nose. It has a typical smell. Marigold biscuit packet definitely has a typical smell. Okay, so you can feel that smell with the help of your sense organ called nose, right? And you can taste it with the help of your tongue also. Yes, I can taste it with the help of my tongue. So, with that tasting feel, I can say that this is a matter. Okay, and also, when I see, I am hitting this onto a board, it is producing some sound. Yes, anything that is producing a sound can also be called as matter. Got to know? Say this particular biscuit, 100% I can call it as matter because it is satisfying, each and every point that I mentioned on a board. It's having a volume, that is space. It is, it's having a mass, and you can see it with your eyes. You can touch it with your hands, and you can smell it. You can taste it, and you can hear the sound when I hit this to something. Right? So, such a thing we will call it as matter. Okay? So, try to understand the definition carefully. Matter is anything that occupies some space, which is nothing but volume in a chemistry language. Okay? And anything that has a mass, that is nothing but weight. Okay? And anything that can be perceived by senses, that means anything that can be felt by our five senses. Okay, that means anything that you can touch, anything that you can feel, it, smell, taste. Okay, everything. So this is what we call matter. Okay, fine. And now let us learn the characteristics of matter. Okay, and the first characteristics in the sense properties. So what are the properties does a matter can have? Okay, the first property is volume. I have already told you. What do you mean by a volume? The space occupied by matter is called volume. Definitely, a matter can occupy a certain space in the universe. That itself we will call it as volume. So, volume is one of the property of matter. Okay, one of the compulsory property of matter is volume. Okay, and the second one is mass. Mass is nothing but quantity of particles present in a matter. Okay, say for example, this is a chalk piece which is a matter, and definitely some particles are present in a matter, no? Okay, say particles may be atoms, molecules, or whatever. We will discuss it later. Okay, so definitely some particles are present in this matter. Small particles are present in this matter. So amount of particles, how many number of particles are there in a matter, that can be represented with the term called mass. Okay, so what do you mean by a mass here? Quantity of particles present in a matter. Okay, quantity is nothing but amount. Amount of matter present, amount of particles present in a matter is called mass. Okay, if you have smaller number of particles in a matter, it will have less mass. If you have too many number of particles in a matter, it will have more mass. Okay, so that is what we call mass. And now what do you mean by a weight? Okay, in chemistry, actually mass and weight is similar. We consider mass and weight is similar, but they do have difference by their definition. Okay, so mass is nothing but amount of particles that are present in a matter, and weight is nothing but gravitational pull experienced by matter. Okay, see, I am standing here and the board got fixed here, the wall got fixed here, and it is staying like that for over the years is because of the gravitational pull. Okay, so we have a force called gravitational force that is holding every particular matter that is present in a universe. Okay, if that gravitational force was not there, what would happen? I might keep flying in the air, or board might keep, it will keep on flying in the air. Okay, and nothing will be in an orderly way under universe. everything will be in a random way, okay, however it want. We keep flying every time, every living and non-living particles keep flying. You know what is holding us in a properly way under universe? That is our gravitational force. Okay, so that gravitational force experienced by matter, we will call it as weight. Okay, so this is the difference between mass and weight. Mass is nothing but the amount of particles. Okay, each and every matter is made up of small particles. Okay, so amount of particles present in a matter is called mass, and the gravitational force experienced by the matter is called as weight. Okay, but in chemistry, this point of difference we will neglect, and mass can be called as weight, weight can be called as mass. Okay, but in a physics there's a lot of difference between mass and weight. This difference they will consider, but in case of chemistry we don't consider this difference between weight and mass, so either way is fine for us. Okay, so you can call mass as weight or weight as mass. Fine. And the next property is perceiving matter with the help of senses. Okay, so the matter can be felt with the help of our five senses. So these are the the four important characteristics of matter. And now coming to the examples of matter, you know, I have listed few examples here: table, pen, water, air, etc. Okay, table. You can test it whether it can satisfy these points or not. Definitely table occupies some space, it has some mass, and it can be felt by our senses also. Okay, pen also, water also. And how about air? Okay, air, how do you prove that air occupies some space, air has some mass? Air cannot be felt by our senses most of the time. Yes or no? You can't touch the air. Yes, you can't, you can't taste the air, you can't smell the air, right? Sometimes, say, it is not that each and every matter should be perceived by our senses. Some of the matters cannot be perceived by the senses, but still they are called as matter only. Okay, these 2 points are important for us. If any matter is satisfying these 2 points, then it can be called as matter only. Now let us check out whether air is a matter or not. Okay, and for that I have a small demonstration with you. I have got 2 balloons. What is there in a blown balloon? Definitely air, right? Definitely air is there. That means there is air inside this blown balloon. That means it has occupied the space that is present in a balloon. Definitely the air has occupied the space that is present in a balloon. That means air can occupy a space. And definitely the mass of a balloon shows lot of difference. Yes or no? See, this balloon is having some mass, and this balloon will also have some mass. Whose mass is greater? Definitely blown balloon's mass is greater. No, because air is there. Yes, that means air also has a mass. Air also has a mass. Though you cannot see the air with your eyes, or you cannot touch the air with your hands, or you cannot feel the air with the smell and taste, air is a matter because it do occupies some space and it do has some mass. Okay, so these are the compulsory characteristic that a matter has to show. If anything under the universe is showing these 2 points, these 2 valid characteristics, then it can be called as a matter. Though most of the matters cannot be perceived by the senses, but if they are satisfying these 2, then definitely it can be called as a matter. Okay, just like our air. This is a small demonstration. The empty balloon, there's no air, but here is air. That means air has occupied some volume and air has some mass also. Yes, blown balloon will have more mass compared to the empty balloon. Fine. So these are some examples of matter. Okay. Composition of matter. Okay. So what does a matter consist of? Matter actually consists of 3 different particles. Okay. They can be atoms, molecules or ions. Okay, let us learn what do you mean by atom, molecule and ion. Okay, coming to the word atom. Okay, what is an atom? It is the smallest particle present in a matter. Okay, smallest particle, you cannot divide it further. It is the smallest particle present in a matter, we will call it as atom. Okay, you can't see the atom, you cannot feel the atoms. Okay, so they are so small that you cannot see it, you cannot feel it, and you cannot touch it. Okay, individual atom to extract is a very difficult process. Okay, such a small particle present in the matter, we will call it as atoms. Every matter has atoms. You know, Chakpis has atom, and myself, we are humans. Yes or no? The entire human body is made up of so many atoms. The water has so many atoms. Air contains so many different types of atoms. Okay, so atom is the smallest particle present in a matter. Fine. And we normally say atoms are basic units or fundamental unit of matter. Okay, fine. And examples for atoms, say oxygen atom, hydrogen atom, you know, these are actually elements. We have so many elements in our nature. All these elements are arranged in a particular order. We call that as periodic table. Okay, anyway, we will talk about periodic table little later. So, you know, each and every element is made up of so many small atoms. Okay, so this is how we represent atoms, you know, with the help of a symbol. You know, we talk about the atom, we represent the atom. Oxygen atom, we write it as O. Hydrogen atom, we write it as H. Okay, so this is about the atom. And coming to the molecule, when so many atoms combine, at least 2 or more atoms when combined, okay, you get a new substance called molecule. Right? So I have written the definition on a board. Molecules are formed when 2 or more atoms combine. Okay, say for example, when two oxygen atoms combine, you get so called O2, and that O2 is called as molecule. Single O, when I have written a single O, they are atoms. Okay, so O2 is called as molecule. So similarly, when I combine 2 hydrogen atoms with 1 oxygen atom, you know, we will actually get water. You know, these are individual atoms. When they combine, you are getting so-called substance. We call that as molecule. Okay, fine. Matter may contain so many molecules. Atom does not have individual existence. Many atoms will stay in the form of a group, and that actually we will call it as a molecule. So in the matter, you have molecules. Okay, when so many molecules combine, you will get this matter. Okay, fine. Anyway, first let us try to understand the meanings of these words, and later I'll tell you how the matter is getting formed. Okay, so we got to know about atoms, we got to know about molecule. Now coming to the ions. Okay, so ions are formed during a chemical reaction. Okay, when 2 atoms combine, we call it as chemical reaction. When 2 atoms, this is one atom, this is another atom, they are coming near for the combination. You know, this process only we will call it as chemical reaction. Okay, combining of atoms or combining of molecules also, we call that as chemical reaction. So when 2 atoms, say this is one atom, this is one atom, when they are coming near and near, you know, there is a kind of attractive force forming between this atom and this atom. You know, that attractive force only we will call it as a bond. Okay, if that is happening between 2 atoms, we call it as chemical reaction. So during the chemical reaction, from atoms, ions are forming. Okay, from atoms. Okay, atom is coming near and near. Okay, when they are coming this much near, actually ions are forming. Ions will combine to form a molecule. Okay, molecules will combine to form a matter. Okay, so this is what we call chemical reaction. So when does ions are getting formed? During chemical reaction. Okay, ions are charged. They will have a positive charge or negative charge. Okay, and ions are formed when atoms loses or gains electron. Okay, remember one thing, atom, you know, it will have centrally so called nucleus. Anyway, you will be learning about this little later in the next chapters. Okay, it will have centrally nucleus. Around this you will have some circles, you know, some orbitals we say, and here electrons will be present. Okay, these electrons are actually responsible for a chemical reaction. Okay, some atoms will have a ability to give electrons and some atoms has a ability to take electrons. Okay, some give electrons, some take electrons. So business of electrons is nothing but a chemical reaction. Okay, just in a normal language, business means what? Somebody will give money, somebody will take money. No, giving and taking money is called business. But in our chemistry, between the atoms, giving electron and taking electron business is happening. Okay, got to know? So some atoms will lose electrons. So the atom which is losing the electron, no, if the atom is losing the electron, then on that atom we indicate a positive sign. Okay, so whenever I indicate a positive sign on an atom, that means it is an ion now. Okay, so if you want to know whether here this particular atom, whether it has lost electron or gained electron, you have to check the sign. If you are having a positive sign, it means that the atom is losing electron during a chemical reaction. What I told you, chemical reaction is all about giving and taking electrons, isn't it? So atoms, they are far away, they are coming near. Here they are becoming ions. Okay, that means imagine this guy is giving electron, this guy is taking that electron. That is how attraction is forming between them. Okay, so the one which is losing electron is indicated with the sign plus. The one which is gaining electron is indicated with the sign minus. Okay, plus means that guy has lost electron during a chemical reaction. Minus means this particular guy is taking electrons from others. Okay, so these guys we call it as ions. Okay, so ions are formed during chemical reaction, and ions are formed when atoms loses or gains electrons. Okay, and ions are charged, either they have positive charge or negative charge. Okay, so this is about ions. Clear? And now we will see how a matter is made up of. Okay, so how a matter, how the molecules are combining to become a matter. You can observe this flowchart. See, initially I have written atoms. Okay, where does the atoms present? In elements. Elements are naturally available substances present in our nature. Scientists have arranged different elements in a form of periodic table. Okay, so atoms are the smallest substance, and what do they contain? They actually have electrons. Okay, and some type of atoms loses electron, or some types of atoms gain electron. Okay, on losing or gaining of electrons, you will observe so-called ions. Okay, and these ions will combine. Positive ion combines with the negative ion always. So such combination, when you observe between ions, molecules are formed. Okay, when so many molecules will come together and combine, you get so-called matter. Okay, clear everybody? Say for example, I have oxygen atom, one oxygen atom. Okay, one oxygen atom. Fine, and I also have hydrogen atom. Hydrogen atom, oxygen atom I have. Okay, and this oxygen atom actually loses electrons. How many electrons it will lose? 2 electrons it will lose. So it will form -2. Okay, and hydrogen atom always, sorry, delete chested. Okay. Oxygen atom always gains electrons. Okay, it will minus in the sense what I said. Minus means gaining electron. Okay, plus in the sense losing electron. Okay, anyway, this is a deeper aspect. Just try to remember. Minus in the sense gaining electron, plus in the sense losing electron. So here oxygen, you know, it actually gains electron. Hydrogen is the guy, it will always lose electron. It will always lose electron. Okay, so two such H plus ion may combine with O minus 2 ion. These two are actually ions. Okay, they will combine and you are getting a molecule water. And so many of water molecule, n number of water molecule, n may be 100,000 or whatever. Okay, so many water molecules will combine and you get so called water. Water will not have single water molecule, yes or no? Crores of water molecules may combine and you get a water. Okay, got to know? So if you take 1 ml of water, you will not have one water molecule. In that 1 ml, you will have lakhs of water molecules. So many water molecules will combine and you get that water. We will call it as matter. Okay, so this is how a matter is formed always. Initially, atoms, basic unit is atoms. These atoms, you know, they lose or gain electrons, okay, and they will become ions. And these ions will combine, you get molecule, and so many molecules will combine and you get a matter. Okay, so this is all about composition of matter. Okay, if you like the concept, please like the video, share it and subscribe our channel for more updates. And if you have any queries on the concept, you can post it in the comment box. We will try to give the answers for that. Thank you so much.